Ladies and gentlemen, founder of the Giving Keys and amazingly talented and beautiful, please give it up for Caitlin Crosby.
This is so funny. Hi guys, how are you doing? This place is amazing. Hi, my name is Caitlin Crosby. These things I always get. I still am getting used to these things, because at first they asked which one I wanted, the handheld or this, and I was like, I like this. No, I said I like the handheld, because I feel like this one reminds me of like Britney Spears or Trying Too Hard or something, but then I realized I couldn't hold the clicker and my notes without it, so now I have this. Anyway, so I'm gonna start with a little video, and then I'm gonna tie it all into a little bow after.
This is the best job that I've ever had. And the fact that I engrave inspirational words for people, I'm actually engraving a key that somebody's wearing.
The Giving Keys resonates with people because we employ people that are trying to transition out of homelessness. I was walking on Hollywood Boulevard and I saw a young homeless couple. I said to the girl, I like your necklace, and she said, oh, thanks, I like making jewelry. So the next day I went to the locksmith and I bought engraving equipment and started paying this couple to engrave the keys with different inspiring words. Little by little they started saving up enough money to get their own apartment. Now we have over 35 employees and it's creating second chances for people. It's a whole pay it forward concept. So if you have a key that says strength on it, you're supposed to own your word and then you have to pass it on to somebody you feel needs the message on the key more than you, and then tell them they have to pass it on to somebody that needs it more than them.
The main word that I would put on my key is faith. I have faith now in my ability to be able to be positive, to be productive.
Strong. If there's going to be a struggle, I will have to still be strong.
This is what it's all about. Regardless of our stories, we all need words of hope. And that's what makes us all a family.
Yay! I love them all, they're so amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna explain the story of how it really started and hopefully inspire you guys to start something, because everybody can definitely start something. I was not a business major, I didn't graduate college, I was a philosophy major, and yes, so you guys can 100% start something that is amazing and will change the world. So this is how my story started. Oh, and my 15-minute thing hasn't started ticking, so I don't wanna go over, because it's just been saying 15 minutes this whole time. So I just wanna make sure it ticks down. Yet now it's going. So now I'll go down. Okay, so that is my mom and that is my dad. My dad manages actors. That's Mick Jagger. And it's my mom, she was on Chips. She got to make out with Eric Estrada. So yeah, a lot of my mom's friends, my friends' moms are all jealous of my mom. And then I was born on the casting couch because my mom auditioned for my dad, and then I was born. So, and whenever my parents got separated from each other 4 different times, which was super healthy. So whenever I'd go visit my dad on the weekends, I would stay in his offices with all his movie posters and clients, and I'd be 12 years old trying to cover up my pimples, like, yeah, I naturally look like this. I don't have acne because I was trying to look like these people that don't exist. So just because I grew up in Los Angeles, that's what you do. You grow up acting a lot of times, so I auditioned as a child, which is also super healthy, right? Just like super healthy growing up, being like, hi, am I good enough? Choose me. No? Okay, bye, thanks. And then like every day, forever, since kindergarten, total health, #health. And so I did this movie, one of the things I did, and this also made me feel really good about myself. I'm actually the one with the brown hair, but they cut my face out and put it on someone else's body. So it wasn't like even, oh, it was my body and they had something to work with. They could airbrush it to make it a little thinner, to make it the shape that they wanted. Nope, it's like, nope, cut the face off, put it on someone else's body. I didn't even wear that outfit ever. So because of that, to give myself therapy to deal with all this, I started this website called loveyourflaws.com. I went around the world taking thousands of pictures, holding up signs that said things like cellulite is hot, my acne is sexy, my chemo-fried hair is beautiful, I love my cankles, whatever it is. And again, because I struggled with this so much, it was my way of dealing with it, to try to have other girls and people feel like, it's okay that you have acne, it's okay that you have this, it's okay. But really inside, because I was trying to tell myself that. So I was getting obsessed with it, took literally thousands and thousands of pictures, and my album was called Flaws, and blah, 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 blah. So then, you have, on tour, you have your merchandise table, and you sell your CDs, and t-shirts, and bags, and keychains, and all that. So everything said Love Your Flaws on it. But then, this was a airplane tray. As you can tell, I'm a very professional jewelry maker at the time. Those are my cuticle clippers and my tweezers. And so my hotel key in New York I thought was cool, so I put it around my necklace, got a bunch of compliments on it. Great, I should give these as birthday presents. And the person in front of me at the locksmith had numbers engraved. And I said, do you have letters by any chance? Can you engrave Love Your Flaws on this key? Because I was obsessed with Love Your Flaws. And then I said, while you're at it, can you do love, hope, faith, dream, believe, fearless? Let's do let go. Let's do breathe. Let's do strength. Let's do courage. Let's do hope. Let's do whatever. And then I started selling them on tour every night, and then they literally started selling out more than my CDs. So I was like, thanks for coming to my show. Buying all these freaking key necklaces. Okay, you can get a free EP with the purchase of key necklace. And that started, which also was great for my self-esteem. And then fast forward to, came up with this whole pay it forward concept, just talking to a lot of the girls and different people after the shows, and people started writing me the stories on MySpace at the time, like so-and-so was about to commit suicide at my school, so I gave them my key. So-and-so was slitting their wrists at my school, so I gave them my key. My mom has cancer, I gave her my fight key, and then she gave her fight key to some other woman in the cancer ward, and so-and-so was depressed, or so-and-so was going through a breakup, or whatever, and all these stories, I was bawling my eyes out all the time reading these stories, so I was like, okay, I should make a website. Again, I wasn't like, I want to be a social entrepreneur, and so it was zero, that was not in my head, I didn't know what that means. I still have to Google it every now and then, you know what I mean? To remind myself what that means, because again, this was all not strategic, this was really just all about the heart and wanting to do something to help people and to help humans. So, started the website, all the stories started coming in, but I knew that there was a missing link. I knew I wanted the money to go to charity or something, but I didn't know what. And I think it's easy to settle, because this would have been good enough, right? Like, story, keys, give the keys away, great, settling, great, the end, give maybe 10% to a charity that I like or whatever. And I had those thoughts, but it was like, no, there's more, there's more, there's more. So I always want to encourage people to listen to that knower, that thing in your heart, soul, whatever you want to call it, that you know that there's more. Don't settle, wait, be patient, wait for that aha moment, wait till you know that it's clear, this is what I'm supposed to do. And so I waited for almost a year and was just doing the pay it forward keys. Then, one day, I went to church on Hollywood Boulevard, and they were playing an Invisible Children documentary, and I left, I know, I love Invisible Children, they're the best. And I left bawling my eyes out. It was raining, it was like a movie, like a scene from a movie, and I was like, what else can I do to change the world? Like, I want to do more. And then I met Rob and Sarah. This was them. They lived in a dumpster. They lived in a cardboard box. This was their sign, ugly, broken, hungry. So I went up to them crying. I was like, why does your sign say that? You're not ugly. I love you. Let's be BFFs. Like, are you guys hungry? I canceled my plans that night, took him to dinner, Kitchen 24 on Cahuenga. We talked for 2 hours. I wasn't thinking about the giving keys at all. And again, I think that's like a really important thing that I always want to tell people, that it wasn't a strategic thing. Like, I wasn't using them like, oh, you'd be great for the giving keys. Like, it was literally not about that. It was actually literally about caring about them and wanting to hear their stories. And I think that is what makes life beautiful, hearing other people's stories, and we'll get to that later. So then I started paying So then the girl said, 2 hours into the conversation, I said, I like your necklace. And she's like, oh, thanks, I like making jewelry. And I was like, this is my aha moment. You're the missing link to the giving keys. Do you guys want to be my business partners? And they were like, okay, sure. Who is this crazy lady? So then the next day I went to the locksmith, bought the engraving equipment, went to Pep Boys, bought hammers, started paying them to engrave the keys. It looked like we were doing drug deals. And this picture right here, the white thing, that's actually a microwavable macaroni and cheese dinner package, which I thought was very innovative, because the chains would get tangled a lot, and they came up with this. This was their dinner. They opened it. It's literally on the other side. It says macaroni and cheese. It did smell a little bit when I brought it to give as gifts to people, but that's okay. It was very innovative. So this is back in the day, also when I had brown hair, this next video. This is, this gives me like street cred right here.
I am here with Mr. Rob, and he's been making all these keys, and he's hilarious because I was just picking up an order with a bunch of new words and chains and this and that, and they were always getting tangled when I picked them up before. So today he informed me. What was your idea?
I tore apart a plastic bag, grocery bag, to make little baggies for them, like drug dealers do.
So basically, every time we let's see this. This is amazing. So basically, every time we meet up, it definitely looks like we're doing drug deals because I'm picking things up in little bags that look kind of weird and shady, and I'm handing him cash. So little do they know, the getting key stuff.
I literally was hilarious. I had friends with me a lot of times. I literally pull up, roll down my window, hand them cash, and they would hand me things like that, and all the onlookers were looking at us like, ugh. And I was like, no, you don't understand, but whatever. Anyway, so little by little, they started saving up enough money to stay in a motel. When I met them, they literally lived in a dumpster, in a cardboard box. And they saved up to stay in a motel, then they saved up to get their own apartment, and then I just hustled and tried to get them into stores, which, again, anybody can do. I would wear the necklaces a lot at, like, swanky stores and just hope that the buyers would notice them. And then sometimes they'd be like, oh, what are those? Those are fabulous. I was like, oh, these? Well, actually, funny that you ask. I'm trying to get this one homeless couple off the street if you would like to sell them. And then my first store was Fred Siegel, and she was like, what is your wholesale price? And I was like, I don't even know what that means. Whatever you want is fine. So sometimes you just gotta wing it, you know? You just gotta wing it. Fake it till you make it. Or just admit that you have no idea what you're doing, because then it endears people to you, and then they feel bad for you and they want to help. You know what I mean? So then, once they couldn't keep up the orders, we partnered up with all the transitional homes in LA. They started screening all the homeless people for us. So now we have, in the video earlier, I said we had 35 employees, but we've been growing so fast that now we have almost 70 employees, which is crazy. We've transitioned, transitioned a ton of people off the streets, and it's amazing, into apartments, and it's amazing. Okay, so now here's a video of Darnell. He's been one of our master engravers for over 3 years. Now think about how this video, you can relate it to your life and maybe things that you've done that you're not too proud of, and how you can change those things around to go after your dreams and to make life beautiful. So here you go.
Honestly, there are times in my life when I've chosen to take some stupid shortcuts to get to where I want to go. You know, half-ass things. Most of the time, it didn't really work out. I just ended up even further back than where I started. And I would wonder to myself, how did I get there, man? How did things get so bad? I couldn't blame anyone for the choices I had made. It was all on me. I had to start playing my cards right. Thankfully, I ended up getting a job at the Giving Keys, working as an engraver, a job that requires me to be totally committed. Finding the right key is just as important as making sure that the engraving is great, because I know the word on that key means something to the person who bought it, more than I would ever know. So I want to do it right. Make something that I'm proud of. Something that represents me. All of me. No corners cut, no excuses. My name is Darnell Sullivan, and I love what I do.
So think about that for yourself. What can you do? What did he say? He said something like, I want to make something that I'm proud of, that represents me, all of me. So think about that for yourselves. What can you do in this world that you're proud of? So I love this quote. Oh wait, these are places we've been, blah, blah, blah. Pictures, it's nice, great. Okay, so nearly 80 years ago, a psychologist named Viktor Frankl stood up to Sigmund Freud. Freud was saying that the primary desire of man was to pursue pleasure, but Frankl disagreed. He said the primary desire of every person was to experience a deep sense of meaning, and when they can't find meaning, they numb themselves with pleasure. So I just wrote this out because I didn't want to ad-lib this. I wanted to think about really what I'm wanting everybody to walk away with today. So what I'm wanting you all to walk away with today is that I believe the greatest purpose in life is to listen to compassion and put that compassion and empathy into action. And if you don't naturally feel empathetic or compassionate to injustices in the world, challenge yourself to open your eyes to all the needs you see around you. They're literally everywhere. This is one of my favorite quotes. Mother Teresa, "Do not wait for leaders, do it alone, person to person." I know it's now trendy to start nonprofits and be a social entrepreneur, but I think it needs to start with caring about the one person, the human. Start small. If you see someone who's hungry, buy them some food. If you see somebody who's cold, give them a blanket. I think it's our responsibility as humans to take care of each other. And I think a lot of times people get really overwhelmed with how many people are homeless or how many people are in the sex trafficking industry or how many people are blah, 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 whatever these injustices and these things in the world that you're passionate about, they get overwhelmed, so then they don't do anything. But I think if you just think about the one, I think if there was literally only one homeless person in the world, everybody would rally around them and be like, wait, what, this is not okay. We need to do something about this. So again, I just want to encourage you guys to see every person, every need, and every injustice that you see around you as the one. Start small, do something about that. And then, of course, try to turn it into something big and help as many people as you can possibly help. So, I love this quote. This is my last quote. I always wondered why somebody doesn't do something about that. Then I realized I was somebody. So maybe you are the key, no pun intended, to making life beautiful. Thank you guys so much.